That I give thanks and the highest praise. Ground myself to Mama Earth, connect out the space.
Well, hello and welcome to everybody as the sound actually of our guest rears in the background. I'm just going to stop it for a second. And welcome to stream number 28. 28, nearly 30. I must do something quite exciting for 30. However, nothing could be better than the week that we've just had, because it's basically been Lulamay's birthday, and it's Lulamay's birthday weekend, which has been absolutely crazy. I might even be able to do a kind of Lulamay birthday bit in a minute, see what I can do. But yeah, we've had an epic weekend. We met a celebrity whilst shopping, which I think may be part of the quiz later. Hopefully you can all hear me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if it's all working well. I presume you would have said if it wasn't by now. We've had too much to eat. We've done so many wonderfully kind of birthday things. It's been absolutely brilliant. And basically, Lulamay is now 10 years old. So she can't do a 9-year-old quiz anymore. It's now become the 10-year-old best quiz on the internet. And yeah, it's been an amazing week. So what more can I say? Our guest, however, is equally wonderful. He basically was told at school never to play an instrument ever again. I'm assuming after the first time he ever did play an instrument. But he's gone on to be a really, an amazing tour manager, going from roadie through to guitar player and performer through tour manager. He's based in Montreal in Canada. He's travelled the whole of Canada, if not the world, representing bands. But he's also got involved in the modular and synthesizer scene over the last 5 years, I guess, when he walked into a shop and just saw, I think, a kind of rack of modular kit, but in a very musical way, not so much of your blips and bleeps and randomizers. It's all from a musical background. So yeah, it's absolutely incredible. So without another word of anything else, please welcome Ray Malone. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, really good. Really good. Chatters, let us know if that volume is okay right with Ray.
Testing 1, 2.
And I'm sure you will let us know. But yeah, another milestone for Lulamay, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the time before the music. Oh, and sorry, just a second. I've forgotten to say hello to everyone in the chat, so we'll do that in a second. However, Jim Glue is saying that his son Daniel's turns 10 this month as well. So same as Lulamay. So congratulations to Jim Glue's son. I'll say hello to everyone in a moment. We've already got a ton of people watching and a ton of people. We had about 200 comments before I'd even pushed the live button as well. So, but yeah, Ray, talk us through that moment from when you were told never to do music again to when you decided to do music.
Well, I must have been a very irritating student, because that teacher in Quebec City didn't like my playing, I guess, because I wouldn't follow the notes on paper. I try to remember everything by position. So
gotcha.
She could switch the pages on me, and I would still play the thing I remembered. So she kind of caught on real quick.
Gotcha.
And it just didn't register for me, the notes in my brain and making my fingers work. And I the only way I was going to make it through the course was to fake it by learning the positions. And that's pretty much been how I've been making music ever since.
Oh, stunning. Right, the chatters have, the chatters have come in saying you're too loud. Too low. Sorry, way too low, yeah. Well, welcome to Mrs. Wiggly in the background. You might be able to see a hand waving there. She's also.
This might be a little bit better.
Okay, we'll just keep on going. Okay. I managed to get my birthday hat on for Lulamay, so there you go. How's that? Happy birthday, Lulamay. We've got. I did do a Lulamay jingle a while ago. There you go. Lulamay, 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 Lulamay. No jingle for you, I'm afraid, Ray. With the birthday celebrations, just got a little bit too much, I'm afraid. But
that's fine.
Right, assuming you're loud enough now. So okay. Yeah, what happened?
Well, I've always been wanting to make music. I've always loved making music, even without the musical training. I've always been playing on something, noodling around on a neighbor's piano, or wanting to play chords because I've saw somebody play a song and I like it, and I want to try to figure out where the notes go and remember where they are. And It's something that when you start doing, you just, I guess it's a passion and you just love it. And like you said, it's funny how you rearranged a little story about me. It's true that I did walk into a store one day and I saw a modular wall, and the person there was so friendly. And it became a friendship to this day, and that person no longer works at the store and is still a friend. And
Gotcha.
It's fun to meet the people in the synth community. They have a quality there, and I make friendships just by meeting people where we exchange or buy or sell stuff.
Right.
And lots of friendships come true because of a simple exchange of meeting and just talking about synth.
It's true. I mean, you can get those kind of sliding door moments. It only takes someone to take an interest, really. And we know that. Oh, a few people are still saying you're low, so you're going to ramp that up.
I'm going to bring it all up. Let me
just go right up the top.
On you. Hello, that was close.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Go as high as you can get. I tell you what, actually, we use StreamYard to stream on this, and it has an auto gain function on it, and the auto gain is really good at stopping you distorting. So just more gain required.
Hopefully I don't mess it up. Audio.
See how you're going.
Volume.
Sounds better in my account. That's
hello.
better.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
better.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds much better. Let's say hello to a few people in the chat. There were people here. I was already whizzed off the top. There were people here super early. Hello, Synthetic David Serchek, Sensian. These are the guys chatting at the beginning. Kent Spong was in there early. Thank you, Kent. Paul Artola, me, Martin T. Omul, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Paul Artola again left, joined. These are all people that popped in 20 minutes before we'd even gone live. Wow. Chatting away. Inky the Cat's in the chat, which is fab. She is, as always, moderating, so be nice to Inky, otherwise she'll kick you out. But I don't believe she's ever kicked anyone out yet because we're all too nice. Native VS, Azio Head, Andrew Brooks, hello to you. Wagyu, let's just run that through. I think what I should do is, Adamski, hello to you. Jim Glue's in there as well, which I mentioned your son, which is fantastic. Well, Joseph, Tony Duncan, hello to you. Ghost 78632 as well. Yeah, Tony is a mutual friend of all of us. I guess we met through Tony, actually.
Yes,
he was
we
also
did. We did.
A guest on a previous show, which was really cool. And he's going from strength to strength. Evan Simard, hello to you too. I just wanted to say a big thank you while we're starting for Lulamay has now raised £577 for charity as of last week.
For that hospital.
Yeah, for Great Ormond Street Hospital. So any super chats and that kind of stuff that comes through, go out to Great Ormond Street, which is a charity that Lulamay wanted to raise money for, which she started doing by selling a few little bits and pieces at school. She does a quiz, in case you haven't seen the show before. She'll be coming on doing a quiz a bit later on. But so far £577, which I think
Fabulous.
is just absolutely brilliant.
There it goes. I think that's
and there
more,
is the
more money.
There is the super chat horn. Thank you so much, Adamski. That's £9 for Happy Birthday, Lulamay. Here's a small contribution to your wonderful charity. I really appreciate that, Adamski. Thank you. If you give us 1 second with no super chats, just for a moment, I will run a little thank you video just to show everyone that's donated on super chat and so forth from the start of the whole stream. So here we go.
Step inside, I give thanks and the highest praise. Ground myself to Mama Earth, connect out the space within the hallways of the heart, the mind and the state of being that I am as I vibrate. At a rate, oscillate like horse crystal, Mama May. Earth, brother, honor and solid listen. I'ma say our heart is the product of something. We'll let it shine away, overlap and envelop each other in love and light. Yeah, simultaneously synchronized in synergy, symbiotic in sacred geometry. Contemplate the symmetry and the symmetry as we integrate the knowledge. This wisdom, see what the symbols mean and bodies for the temple be. With a life force, energy resides in the chemistry. Bioelectric being the top and indefinitely receive and perceive the physical machinery conceived by the source, recognize that the blessed be rolling and I can't breathe. Conscious living never hurt me. One love, energy and sexy. Point your line to the champion sound. Baseman move to the energy.
Yeah, that guy in the underpants cracks me up too on that thing. I'm just going to read them out because a lot of people view this and won't have seen the video. Plus, I left a Damsky on there. Thank you so much, Ben President. A dose of the horn. Ben President, thank you.
Keep them coming, guys.
The people who actually catch up afterwards sometimes do it via audio on the podcast because you can say you can tell Alexa to run the podcast. So Ty Unwin and Kent Spong, who are the kings of the donations, which is absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Kent. He's donated so much money, it's unbelievable. Wagyu, Synthetic, Ben Breslin, Sasquatch, Andrew Brooks, Dusty River, Dr. Synth, David Serchek, Robert Fat Dust Hetch, Ilan Slurm, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, 10 Mil, Thorsten Tobias Hines, CPU, Terrible Fire, Cresshead, Jen S, Mark Barnes, Jonathan R. Crosswill, Joseph, Brian Kent, Steve Austin, DJ Carl Phoenix, Robarth, Melted Cheese Home Studio, Jamie Morden, thank you of Geosynth, Adamski A, Jim Glue, and Random Maestro. Thank you. You are wonderful, wonderful people, and I think we'll be touching the 600 by the time we've finished today.
Not even worried about that.
Oh no! Kent Spong! Kent Spong, that's just incredible.
We should get him in here.
Kent Spong, Kent Spong, Kent Spong, Kent Spong, Kent Spong, Kent Spong, Kent Spong. We have to show the Kent. What can I say? This is just unbelievable of you. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Happy birthday, Lulamay. Can you give Kent a wave? You might need to stand. There's a hand. We can see a hand. She'll be on later, and she'll be thanking you. Oh my word! With Frank
there
as well. There you go. Can you see it? Whoops! That wasn't meant to do that. Hang on a second. Can I also say a big thank you to Andrew Brooks as well for the £5. We all need more horn. Yes, I can absolutely vouch for that one. What I was going to say was, there's any excuse basically to play Kent's Chrissy Rock jingle again. So let's just run that.
Hiya, this is a message to Kent. This is Chrissy Rock here, award-winning actress and comedian from TV Benidorm. You wouldn't think so, would you? Just got off the shower, but never mind. So, I hope you're well. I'm here to ask you a big question that's on everyone's lips, okay? Kent Spong can tell me what's wrong. Is that some sort of Da Vinci Code message? It says, good luck with your career in synthesizer repair. I hope that means that. Lots of love. Have a fabulous day. Tra, 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 tra. From Mr. Wiggly and me, Chrissy Rock. Love ya.
What a genius she is on the stage.
Spong, can you tell me what's wrong?
Optical Trace says that she got very drunk with her one night a few years back. She seems like an amazing person. She's on Benidorm, which was a kind of Sunday evening comedy show, quite light entertainment show over here. But she also is a stand-up. I've seen her doing stand-up in kind of holiday camps and stuff. And she just seems amazing, absolutely amazing. Anyway, thank you all so much. I really appreciate that. And we've absolutely smashed the £600 mark. So Kent, you are absolutely wonderful, and everyone else that's donated, thank you very much indeed, with all my heart. Let's rewind very slightly and get back into Ray's head. So you walk.
Come on in.
Yeah, exactly. Can I see that tattoo? That looks amazing.
Tattoos. All
wow.
friends. Modular
Let me just put you on
cables.
full screen. That's incredible. Wow.
Got Star Trek on this side.
They're
and a bunch
amazing.
of colors there just to please the kids.
Crikey. That's really good. They're amazing. I don't think I've seen those before. Incredible.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know I hid them from you.
Yeah, no, I don't think we've never really talked.
We've been chatting
camera.
away, but not
Exactly.
in video. This is actually our first video conversation. Kind of like it.
It is. Although you did fantastically call in from the Quebec, the Montreal Modular.
Yes. We do have a lot of fun with our group in the outdoors. In the wintertime, we go indoors. In the summertime, we play outdoors with solar panels.
I think that was when we were talking with Adamski,
Yes.
and we'd had a few problems connecting anyway when we were chatting. And you just popped up, called in. By the way, I'll publish a link in a second into the chat where you too can just connect if you want. It's easy on your phone. You just drop in like a Zoom call and we can add you to the stream if you want to ask, raise some questions directly or just say hello or whatever. Hello, Failed Muso, by the way, who popped in last time. But yeah, that was brilliant. It was like you were sitting in some kind of bandstand somewhere or something in a park.
In French, we call them a gazebo. It's
okay, yeah, gazebo,
circle,
yeah.
And people have like birthday parties for the children there, and they were actually having birthday parties next to us, and they were kind of worried about us because we were noisy.
Oh,
we were having fun, but we
noisy
actually
in a good way.
made new friends and
Right.
made new members in our group by simply being there. So.
I mean, that's totally the way to do it. That's absolutely brilliant. No, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Okay, so here is a link that you can pop in and say hello, join the stream at any time. I'll post it again a little bit later. Ray's, so you kind of got the modular synth bug by meeting a nice man in a music shop. So again, we'll talk a little bit about the kit that's flashing behind you, which is obviously everyone's just gasping to find out about. But yeah, tell us a little bit more about that. What did you start with?
I actually was playing guitars right up until 5 years ago, and I haven't played guitar since. And since we started talking, I think during that year, and Lulamay was really small. And we've seen her grow as the years went by. But music, I just been always listening to synth pop and even a lot of UK music. I was thinking about that. A lot of bands from the UK and Depeche Mode and even the darker stuff with Sisters of Mercy and other synth, Bauhaus and Peter Murphy and all these bands that I loved, and they all had synths in the back. And I never thought I could be able to play on them, but a computer helps us play with MIDI, so we're able to program notes in.
Gotcha.
But as the years went by and I was learning about it, the computer was turning me off from the whole experience of touching the synths and turning the knobs. And a soft synth for me is a lot of fun, but as soon as I sit in front of a mouse and keyboard and computer, my brain goes computer, and I'm not having as much pleasure as when I'm really turning these knobs and plugging cables in. There's something about physically doing it that's different, and just holding the thing in your hand is different than
that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I've always found I have modular kit, but I tend to use it more as sort of effects rack type stuff almost. It's a bit weird, so I don't tend to kind of run oscillators, but I will use the filters and stuff. And a lot of it, there's a thing called a morphogene which will do mangling of samples and stuff. You could definitely do as a plugin. You know, it really doesn't do anything special that you couldn't do in a plugin because it's all primarily digital. But being able to grab a knob and twist it fast, 3 or 4 knobs or whatever, does make all the difference in being creative with it. So I completely relate to that.
And I do have fun with sometimes just an iPad app where I have my rack, and I use Modular inside an iPad app. But again, when I'm in front of a machine and trying to figure it out how the sound is going through that machine, and then getting it and then pushing it to where I want to go, the pleasure is more there for me, and it makes me so happy that I want to keep doing that. So I wasn't getting that a lot with guitar playing. I was just struggling to get the notes right to make it happen. Now it's just more free, and I just like do a bunch of scenes, and I have friends come over and they help me fix it up.
The one thing about guitar playing is that the sound that comes out of an electric guitar is just one sound, right? And all the tone and the sound comes out of what you plug it into.
You have a lot of colored pedals that you can buy to change the sound around, but you're basically doing a big dance to get these sounds to get to the right sound at the right time.
with a synth in general, it's the opposite way around. Yeah, you put some delay on it and some reverb, always sounds nice. Delay obviously works nicely on the guitar, but not just on the source sound. So all the coloration and the harmonics and the sonics come from the pedals and from the loudspeaker, you know. And I've always just thought we have it really easy with synths. People should be kind of, you know,
it's loads of fun, and the more I can teach young people to enjoy synths and play with synths. I've seen Lulamay with her sampler and her 505. I
looping.
think that's amazing, and she should make a song for the hospital. I think that would make her even more.
That's a nice
have
idea.
Fun, yes.
That's a
And
nice idea. I'll take that out.
It'd be a thrill to see her do that, I think.
Yeah, she was playing around with the 505 loop because they've just announced a Mark II, haven't they? I think there's a Mark II coming out soon.
The red one.
Actually, the wonderful Mark Rebier, I call him, but I don't quite know how he pronounces his surname, left a note saying this loop child is on fire, which certainly made my day. You know, it was just brilliant. It's thousands
He's the
of
king
views
of
on
the
it now.
looping.
He is.
He's
No,
having
that's
so
really
much fun, and I love his groove. How simple he makes it look, you know.
It really
I
is
would be
so
like doing
good.
it over and over and over until I figure it out and never
Yeah.
get it right.
He's
And-
just done it for so long. I was just a bit of a fanboy for a while, and I've seen kind of videos of him in a bar or a restaurant bar with people on tables and stuff, being instead of the DJ, and just doing stuff where he's obviously honing his craft and
Yes,
you know
and
getting.
he has some stuff ready in the back, but most of it is ad lib, and with whatever's going on that day, he'll create something amazing
Yeah.
with the groove. He's got the groove, so that really helps.
So let's do a quick. How do you play live? I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but what seems to make sense is we can talk a little bit about the kit, do the quiz, and then come back into detail about
Sounds good.
all the stuff in the background. So I'm still completely lost on how you would go and play live on Modular. To be honest, it would scare me completely.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, when we do our little meetups, it's easy. We just take one or two pieces and we just sit with that piece and make something with that. But when you want to play live with Modular, you're either going to use your Modular, as you said, as effects, because you're going to use it as an effects through the rest of your stuff, or you're going to use it as a synth voice.
Gotcha.
And the synth voice, if you're my Modular is just one synth voice. It's just one voice. And
Okay.
The top part is the voice, and the bottom part is more of the visuals and modulation. But mostly the synth voice is at the top, and I will have one or two tones that I know I want to reach in my song, and use them when I want to reach them. Yes.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to get as less modular with small knobs. I really don't like the small knobs. I always hit one that I'm not supposed to, and so I'm moving away from small knobs and trying to get bigger knobs modules. So less stuff in the kit makes me more creative, because when I have too many items in there, my brain just can't register how to work it all.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, so how much is it spontaneous, and how much is I wouldn't say pre-programmed, but do you know what I mean? Because I think it's driven from a deluge as a master, right? Which obviously I love. Is it kind of a laid out kind of arrangement with certain things that you're kind of playing over the top? I mean,
I will have when I'm creating music, I'm just jamming. I'm just in here. I just start it all up and I press go, and I make a drum or a bass line and jam on it. And as I go, I figure out, okay, that's something. I need to note how this is made and make it a color in the deluge. So this is yellow.
Gotcha.
So I just made yellow. Now I'm going to copy yellow over to blue, switch some things up, maybe kill a few things, because I have the nasty habit. I think it's a beginner's habit of layering too many stuff on top. It becomes like less is much more than what I should be doing.
Yeah, I do that all the time. If it's not quite right, put something else on rather than get the thing out. And you're right, it's beginner's mistake.
And from the start of turning everything on, I'm recording all the time. Because usually my first idea has very few layers, and it was the best idea. And I messed it up by making too many stuff on top. So if I go back to the beginning, that good idea I had, and try to kill everything that's no good that I have added on top, I get to somewhere I like.
Gotcha.
So now I have yellow, now I have blue, and they sort of fit together. I get a little break, and I like to add a lot of robot talk. I have a arcade machine chip in one of the devices. Hold on, I have a picture of it. Where is that
brilliant.
guy? Where is that guy? Narrator down here. This guy right here. So that big old chip in the middle is actually the arcade machines of the 80s, Game Over, and those syllables were all in there. And through MIDI, I just select the syllables that I want. And so, so I'm telling it to play syllables, and it makes robot sounds, and there's just volume and pitch. Very simple thing, but it makes me super happy to use. And I always kick that, and there's always going to be a little bit of that in my tracks. I don't have a vocoder, so I use that.
Little touches like that make such a difference, though. I mean, it's amazing. Did someone say in chat it's Richard's Hill? I've just switched the birthday cam on. I think it's Richard Hilton, who is just incredible. His birthday tomorrow. Rob usually knows these things, which will be amazing. So happy birthday to tomorrow. I don't think he's in the chat, but maybe he catches this up afterwards. He was an amazing guest on this show about 4 weeks ago. He is incredible, and he does have his own jingle as well. So
Rich Hilton, Rich Hilton, Rich Hilton, Rich Hilton.
happy birthday, Richard, from all of us at the Mr. Wiggly Sunday live stream.
There's a request from Kent to see Ray's dog, please.
Well, I think it should be done. Let's go to Ray's dog and then let's do a quiz.
Let me turn her around because she's not facing. Hold on. Come here. Come here, Pixie.
That was Mrs. Wiggly in the background.
Okay, so let me kick the Pixie cam. Boom.
And let me go full screen.
Yes,
Look
yes.
at that.
She's very happy to have her little chewy bone.
I
This
love her
this
collar.
used to be a unicorn, but she chewed the horn, so I guess now it's just a horse.
Oh, I love that. She loves unicorns.
So Pixie will be 1 year old very shortly. Her birthday is coming up, and she's on 100 and almost 120 pounds now. And I don't know how in metric system. I would say I have no idea.
Well, we
But
kind
she's
of
big.
think in pounds over here.
She's a giant, and she's just lovely and
55 kilograms.
yes. And she's part of our life here, and she has her very own spot in the studio, so I can
Just
have her around.
beautiful.
Yes.
Oh,
So
and a
That's
puppy.
how much I weigh.
So this is Wiggly's weight in dog, in puppy. Let me get rid of that. Hang on a second.
And she's just another source of joy. Is we have to collect the sources of joy, so she's one of them
Totally.
definitely.
Oh, and there's a cat floating around as well, right?
Yes,
Two cats,
there's
I
a
think.
Siamese cat somewhere floating around. Yes.
So that puppy is just.
I think they bring a lot to a household. They bring an extra life, a lot of stuff, and yes, definitely like a small horse, and very. You need to have treats with you as they grow up. I have a pocket full of treats all the time, and she will only respond to food. So this keeps her calm. This keeps her like focused when we're walking. And it makes her less nervous to have something to do. And yes,
Just brilliant.
gentle giants, they're called.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just such. I've seen. Actually, don't forget this link in the chat I've just posted. If you do want to come in, I wasn't sure if there was going to be a camera. She's got her own fabulous camera, so I did pop up a couple of pictures that you sent me, and they're just. I mean, this look, it's just beautiful. Particularly in that autumnal scene as well.
Yes.
And this one, just like, what is that's
She
me.
will-
That's not a
yeah.
puppy. That's me.
She likes to have the whole couch. So
And this one's just a great expression. A beautiful lady. It's just like
She has dreamy eyes and very thick jowls. Jowls?
Jowls, I think. Yeah.
Jowls. Jowls. She's just lovely. She's part of our life.
Size-wise, is she maxed out now, or has she still got something
she's
to go?
got about 10% left. I think they go through 18 months of growing at the beginning. Yes. She's just awesome.
There she is.
Yes.
I think you should just leave that camera on, basically,
Sounds
and
good.
just
Sounds
stream
good.
it.
Yes.
I mean, not necessarily for the whole stream, because we would like to see you.
It. You're not seeing me anymore. You're just seeing her.
It's not like for a live
Sometimes
stream
I'll
would be
come back. Well, no,
Yeah.
you're just gonna see her. She's just great. She's
so
just like
fabulous.
and I can get feedback from her when highgasm. I get feedback from her when I'm playing music here and I'm recording and I stop something and I'll hear her go, She's just done. She says, okay, that's it. Stop. What you're doing is no good, and I'll do something else.
Well, the wonderful Kent Spong, who's just truly wonderful in every respect, has got a husky. He's got basically inherited a husky, who came on the stream as well. It's just absolutely wonderful. It's just,
Huskies are very vocal. They're very vocal dogs, whereas she is a quiet dog. She only bark once to tell somebody I'm here, but that's it.
And that's it.
Thank you, Tony.
Somebody said, Ken was saying, is she a rescue dog?
No, she's not. My previous Great Dane was a rescue dog, and she passed away in October, and then in January we got Pixie. So yeah. So the Great Danes are a very large breed dog, and they don't live very long. So whereas a normal dog would live 10 to 15 years, a Great Dane will live 7 or 8 years before passing away. So we're making her 7 or 8 years amazing.
Absolute brilliance.
Yes,
that's fantastic. I mean, the average of cats is 7 or 8ish years, but Frank, our beautiful cat up here, is 15, I think now, isn't he?
No.
It's funny, Inky the cat says they don't sit on the synths, but they do sit on us, and she will sit on us like she doesn't care. It's her way of telling, I own you, and you will not be going anywhere for a while. She'll sit on me.
Is
we love
Pixie the right name for a 120-pound dog? Goliath might work better, just Josh.
I guess that's why we picked Pixie. She's amazing.
Space Cats, S-Cat saying, we used to have a boxer dog in our studio that would sit on our lap as soon as we wanted to play a keyboard. It would just put its paws on the keys and just look round at us. Oh, there's that amazing YouTube video of I think it actually is a similar breed of dog sitting in the front seat of the car, parked in the car park, with his paw just on the horn, because the owner's popped into the shop and he's just literally sitting there with his paws on the front.
It's just a way of saying, come back.
Yeah,
come back to the car.
They definitely knew what
Figured
it was
out
doing.
that if he holds the horn, the owner will come back quicker. Registered that and said, okay, next time, honk. That's good.
Oh dear,
they're amazing.
They are. Yeah, there's a question actually. I think let's do a quiz. We haven't talked about synths much, so I promise after the quiz we'll get back and talk proper synths. We'll go through that flashing loveliness in the background to you. But
no problem.
Let's do a quiz, because Lulamay, birthday Lulamay, has had such an amazing time, but it's definitely going to be bedtime after this.
Yeah.
You're going to come and come on here, please, Lily. Right.
Let's give her the puppy cam.
The puppy cam, yeah. Come on. She's walking in as a puppy, but we can't actually see her. So there you go. Now let's see if I can get a working Luli cam. Do you want to have a seat there, darling? Let's get this. There you go. Yeah, it's been a long weekend. We had let's just put this on for a second. We had a birthday. Not that one. There you go. That was Lulamay's birthday, which was just absolutely an epic time. Right, Lulamay, here are the questions that we came up with earlier, or basically that you came up with. If anyone's new in the chat, well, thank you very much, and a big welcome to all of you. Lulamay is now 10, so Not sure if I can give you that one, but I can put you on both of them like this. Oh, actually, yes. Go on. Did it work?
It worked for a while.
Hang on. There we go.
You turn the filter.
That's brilliant. I love it. Isn't it amazing what technology can do these days? There are some other filters here as well. Oh, this one. Maybe it only works on me.
No, Lily's there as well.
See, it's Movember, isn't it? I thought we could grow moustaches for Movember. So we can start off and go for this. Have you got a nice moustache on that one there, Lulamay? I'll go for this one. And then maybe back to the Viking look. Anyways, I could play for hours on this kind of stuff. It's really incredible what technology can do these days. But let's lose that. Right. Anyone in the chat that's new to this, and like I said, thank you very, 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 very much indeed for joining. We do a quiz. Lulamay does a quiz, and her quiz is pretty amazing. You need to kind of be telepathic, I think, in order to get the questions right. Let me try and get that focus on. Someone is. You're not tired, are you? No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how tired are you? 0. I think you might be a little bit tired. Okay. Eyes down. Let's flip back to Ray. Ray gets to answer because there's a delay in the chat, so everyone in the chat can definitely go for it and try and do their best to try and get this right. You need to be sorting messages in the chat by, I think it's all messages, not top comments, something like that. Otherwise, you won't see all the answers. And good luck, everybody. Are you ready? Bring it on. Okay. Stand by. Ready, studio.
What time was I born?
You seem like an early morning kind of bird. No, maybe 6 p.m.
Was that not quite, was it?
No.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, we need to check these comments. You can have another guess if you want, Ray.
9 a.m.
A dog, 10:15 a.m.
Closer.
You're really close
Closer.
there. I'd have another go.
9:30.
No.
Not quite. 7:45 from Kent. One so close. So close. You can go again if you want.
Keep guessing.
8:15.
Not quite.
Close.
8:30.
Wow. A point to Ray. Oh, you're going to... Yeah, this is amazing. And there's no one in the chat as far as... Because normally what happens is, oh, look, Jim Glue said 8:30. Mrs. Wiggly, did you happen to spot whether Jim was before or after?
I didn't spot Jim, I'm sorry.
He can let us know.
Yeah, just tell us in the chat. You can have a point each. I need to get... Honestly...
What he could have done, I could have missed it.
It is quite... It's quite early. These things whiz past so much. So, all right, eyes down then. Very good. So Jim Glue gets
Shall
it
we
for the
give him
chat.
a point as well?
Yeah, Jim for the chat and Ray. Yeah, we should do that actually. We should definitely give guests a point and chat the first in the chat as a point to get this right. Okie dokie, ready?
How many pairs of socks do I own? Not including school socks.
16. That's a lot. That's a big number.
Well, you're saying that's a lot. I was
More.
utterly shocked when
That's not a
we
lot.
counted them. Well, to me, I would think that's an awful lot. Who needs more than... Well, you only need 2 pairs of socks, really, don't you? One for every other day. No, Lulamay is a ridiculous amount. Tony's closer with 68.
Oh my.
It's not quite that many.
45?
109 for Inky. 45's getting there. Keep your eyes on the chat, Mrs. Wiggly. No one's there
more than
yet.
45 or less than?
It's higher than 45.
Oh, synthetic is nearly there.
Synthetic's close. What did he say?
55.
55. Kent Spong says
58?
54. Optical trance. I'm pretty sure as I clicked it, it whizzed past. Is that correct?
No.
Oh, he's not correct with 52. No. I need to look at my own notes here. Oh no, right, okay. All right, it's close.
Gosh,
53 from Paul Artella. 55 is very close from Kent. 56 from Kent Spong. I do believe Kent was first with that one. Well done, sir. Kent Spong, can you tell me what's wrong? I think he just deserves all the points in the world for donating so much to Great Ormond Street Hospital, to be honest. However, okay, so Ray's got one. What was the record, 4 or 5 now?
5.
5 is the absolute record. You're going to have to go some to do that, but that was incredible. And that was Telepathy with another lovely girl, wasn't it? So, okie
I think
dokie.
Maddie had the record. Hi,
That's
Maddie.
it,
I don't know
yes.
if Maddie's
Hello,
there.
Maddie.
Hi,
That's
Maddie.
right. I wonder if she's watching. Hey, Maddie, it was absolutely brilliant to have you on. That is right. That's correct. She kind of could read your mind. I think there's obviously telepathy between.
It's very early where Maddie is, so I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, it's like 5. I think it's 5 in the morning. Apologies to anyone who got the hour wrong today. I think it went back for you today, didn't it, in Montreal? These last 3 weeks have just been absolutely crazy for time zone changes anyway.
What happened whilst I was asleep last night?
Oh, this is a good one. I would say something quite exciting happened while Lulamay was
A
asleep.
very small earthquake. Or volcano.
Over here, look. There you go.
Well, I'm over here.
No. Well, okay, I'll move the camera.
Oh, Tony Duncan is kind of
No.
close, no?
Oh, look at Inky!
Yeah.
Wow.
Very, very well done, Inky.
Which
Absolutely.
one? The one on the top right there?
Which one was it, sweetheart? Oh, let me zoom in. Hang on a second. All right. So, can you show us your gap? Or let's get rid of Inky's. Look at that. That's
The
a
big one.
big gap. Ooh. So the really, really good news. Oh, hello, Maddie. Brilliant. Fantastic. Lovely, lovely, lovely to see you. Fantastic. Yeah. So the really good news was that he didn't actually swallow it. Maddie, it's absolutely lovely to see you. She's watching now. That is fantastic. Sorry, I missed that going on in the chat. It's absolutely brilliant to see you. So love to you all over in Tasmania. What a fantastic place. I'm guessing your teeth may be beginning to, be falling out at this point. So that's excellent. Cool. Did we find the tooth? Yes. Where did you find it, Pickle?
In my mouth.
Kind of ended up at the back of your mouth. Yeah, we were worried about swallowing it as well, particularly if you were pretty much so fast asleep after your day out. It was kind of crazy. Anyway, all right, eyes down for yet another question.
What colour horn was on my unicorn cake?
First thing comes to mind is pink.
No. The cake was pink.
Oh,
Cake was
so
pink,
I-
but it had a special unicorn horn on the top.
Oh, Andrew Brooks.
Andrew Brooks, you legend!
There you go, Andrew.
Well done, sir. All right, you got off to such a fine start.
They're very hard questions.
Well, they are, to
you
be
really
fair.
designed good questions, Lulamay. It shows that this is not your first rodeo.
This is
I
true.
actually miss your cooking videos. I remember the chicken one you made with your father. It was very
Do you know
good.
what? We haven't done one of those for ages. That was how to cook a roast dinner. We should do another. That was like a Facebook live stream.
But we don't cook it anymore, we go out.
Well, we have been going out recently, yes, because we've had such busy weeks. We had a special treat for Sunday lunches, but that would be really cool. That would be really cool. Andrew Brooks is going after Ty's record. Ty Unwin is he would say he's not particularly competitive, but he does like this quiz. Unfortunately, he's been pretty busy the last few weeks, I think, so he's hopefully catching up on Watch Again. Yeah, University Challenge would be easy. Okay, there's a couple more. So, are you ready, Lulamay? Every time I move the camera, you disappear off the bottom. You're getting nearer and nearer the floor.
What celebrity did we bump into when we were shopping out?
Sorry, guys. I'm just gonna flip this camera again. There you go. I hope. There you go.
I have a clue.
Okay.
We were in Selfridges.
We went up to London for a birthday shopping expedition, and it was fabulous. And you had an amazing time, didn't you? And yeah, we bumped into. I don't think she was famous in Canada, though.
That's
I've said
gonna make it very
she.
hard for us.
In fact, I don't think anyone is going to get this. She is involved in fashion, and she was quite big on TV. Oh my goodness
I reckon
me!
that was because you showed a picture earlier.
Did he see a picture? I accidentally flipped a picture of Tria. He deserves a point if he got it from that. A fine lady called Trini Woodhall, who was the celebrity that we bumped into on the escalator in Selfridges. She looks like this. And here she is on the right-hand side on the escalator, and then a sparkly backpack. Is that Amelia?
Yeah.
That's Lulamay's best friend, Amelia. This the lady in the dark coat is Trini's a friend or assistant or whatever.
I think
Yeah.
that's her daughter.
Oh, okay. I think we need to know from Sasquatch, though. He's laughing.
Yeah. We see you.
That was still very good on his part.
Yeah,
Having
I mean,
seen
I
it half a second.
literally flashed it up on screen, and I certainly wouldn't have got it just from seeing this picture up here. Oh, mind you, it does say Trini Woodhall in the top left-hand side. So I guess that's a bit of a giveaway. Well, he needs a point for that anyway, for being just super smart Sherlock Holmes, I think. Very good. Very, very good indeed. Right, let me get rid of this. What have we got? We got a couple more here.
I know.
A couple more and a kind of funny one, I guess, haven't we? So.
Who?
Oh, it's another one. Hold on, stand by. We've got to do the old jingle. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Who did I play Minecraft with earlier?
Oh, yeah, good one. Who did Lulamay play Minecraft with earlier? You must know this one.
I have a hint.
It's a hint as well. It makes it even easier.
It was Amelia's brother.
There you go.
I'm going to go for Bob. Wasn't Bob?
No. Synth Addict. She's famous for being a stylist, really. She had a show in the UK called Trini and Susanna, where they would kind of teach people how to dress and sort of do fashion stuff. I think it got taken off the air because she got lots of complaints because lots of people on it were semi-naked, actually. I know it disappeared. Suzanne Constantine, that's right, that was the Susanna bit, was her friend who I met many times. Oh, cool, Martin, that's great. Right, so John, Dave, Adam, Tarquin, Seth, Marshall Jefferson. That's an interesting one, Ben. Charlie. Martin, Edward, Eric, Bill, Arthur,
Franklin?
Simon. Franklin's quite a good one, it must be said. But Tarquin, Tony. No, should we give him the first letter? You want to give him a letter?
L.
L.
Bob. Oh, I mean, L.
Not an L.
Luca.
Oh,
Yes,
really
yes,
super close.
I think we might.
You
be able
probably
to
have to
him
give
that.
it.
Yeah.
It's Luke. It's Luke, so you
Lucas.
can have that. It's Lucas, is it?
Lucas.
When
Lucas.
we
say.
shorten it, it's Luca.
Fabulous. That's two in the clear then.
Yeah.
I'm
Two in
not
the clear.
Maddie, but I'm doing okay.
You are doing okay. Right, straight back. All right, so we've got one last proper question to go. You ready?
We played 2 other games.
Sorry.
What were they?
Oh yeah, we play. They're not electronic games. They're kind of
Oh, not
Board
anymore.
game.
classic.
Should I
games,
say the
yeah.
starting letter?
If you'd like, yeah, that's a cool idea.
One begins with T and one begins with M.
I'm going to go with Monopoly.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Had you said electronic, I would have went with the old game called Tetris, but you don't have.
No,
and so-
Sasquatch and
Someone got it!
Yeah, it's Gasm. Gasm got it. Round of applause. That's brilliant. So you've got 3 points to
I got a
rate.
feeling that was Maddie.
That was funny.
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
it?
of course it was Maddie. Of course it was. on point two's account. Well done, Maddie. That is, congratulations. That's absolutely fantastic. Round of applause.
Good job, Maddie.
Okay, we have one last one, I think. Let's see how this one goes. Okay.
We have the big questions as well.
Yep.
What do you call 2 octopuses that look the same?
What do you call 2 octopuses that look the same? Yeah, congratulations, Maddie. Brilliant. Sasquatch got both of them as well. Definitely deserve an honourable mention there.
Binoctopuses?
No,
No.
they are kind of twins.
No.
Inky the cat.
Eye tentacle. What could be better than an eye tentacle octopus? I think it's octopi as well. Good one. Well done, Inky. Did you Google it, or is this just a commonly known joke? It doesn't matter. Neither will come. It's very careful. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Right, we have a couple of proper questions. Lulamay's big question and Mrs. Wiggly's big question, which are slightly more of a serious nature. So if you're happy to take these on,
Yes,
we will
course.
take them on.
Bring them on.
Okay, so
We
are
can
you
answer these.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
I think.
here we go.
How can I persuade my parents to get a dog?
Tell them you will pick up after the dog and treat her super well for the rest of her life. In writing.
Oh, that one could be good. Writing's a neat trick because I think my concern
Oh, there
is
she is.
that again, it's just random heights movement here. My concern is that you say that you'll take the dog for a walk and everything, but I don't think it'll last forever because you might kind of go to university or
I
something.
take Frank for a walk.
That's a cat though, and you don't do it every day in the rain. How do you do the walking at your? When you're
Well, we have a team, we each take turns, but she has her favorite people to walk with, and some of us don't walk as far as others, and some of us take her to the dog park. Ooh, if I mention it too loud, she will run. Dog park. She doesn't know it in English, but if I go back, yeah, she will. So I would say, as long as you take care of her and not put her aside, it's not a toy. It's a very living living being. But I think you already take nice care of your cats already.
Absolutely.
And I think it's just it's a nice companion to grow with until university. And time goes by real fast. So I think you should spend your time with animals around you, because they really definitely give a value to your life, because
What do you think,
they
Lulamay?
teach you a lot.
Do you think that's good advice?
And I would say keep a bag of treats close to you, and she will stick to you, or he will stick to you.
You were going to say at all times and just wait for a dog to come up to you and grab it.
No.
Just
No.
keep
I'm gonna do that.
No. That's not a good idea.
just grab one, bring it home.
I think it's a learning experience. Having a puppy the first time is a learning experience. And maybe going to a dog park already and picking the ones that you like and the ones that you like less. And that'll help you choose. You can definitely go to a dog park without having a dog, and just to meet people and see what it's like to have a dog.
That's a fantastic
I don't
idea.
know if you have dog parks
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
city. but-
We certainly have places where lots of people take their dogs. Actually, just up the road, and there's actually
you
a
go.
monastery very close, right out in the woods, and the road that leads out to there, people are very often taking their dogs because there's no real cars and stuff out there. So that's very close. That's a great one. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have Mrs. Wiggly's question.
Hello, Mrs.
Let me
Weekly.
see if you might be able to see her in the background.
No.
If I lean over.
Hi.
There's an arm there.
The hand speak.
All right.
Right, so my question is, living in Canada, you must be, probably a bit of an expert in terms of dealing with bears. I'm sure you get lots of bears in Canada. So, as our house backs up onto a forest, what advice would you give us if a wild and dangerous animal happened to stroll into our garden?
Get the treats. Get the treats from the dog, or get your dog inside. It's a misconception that we have bears or beavers running the streets here. We do have little rabbits in front of our house, but we do not have bears around here. But we do have wild little rabbits all over the place, especially at night. But I would say, yeah, the treats. Put the treats outside.
Paul
I guess
outside says
if
get
you
a
see a
dog.
bear close to your house, it's because it's hungry. It would not go next to your house unless it's hungry. So, again, as with the dog, it's always about their food. It's always about their food. They want treats. Give them the
Right.
treats.
Okay.
Yes.
I like the
That's-
idea of
that's
peanut butter on a stick, Ken. I'm not quite sure what you're going to do with it, but it would take your mind off the bear.
I think the worst thing you can do with a bear is run. Because they think you're a
okay.
target, and they will just
Yeah.
Okay.
game on. Yeah, they'll think you're the treat.
My word. Lulamay, you've disappeared off the bottom of the screen completely now. I don't think I can even... Ouch.
You can tell she's tired.
Someone
tell
is
it's bedtime,
super tired.
It's
Super
definitely
tired.
bedtime, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Lulamay. You've been absolutely wonderful. A round of applause and some love in the
even
chat, please, if you wouldn't
Pixie's
mind, for Lulamay and the wonderful Mrs. Wiggly. We'll just do a quick change of personnel. Mrs. Wiggly's just organising everything. What do you look like? Oh, look, Pixie. You see the Pixie's... Oh, look at that. Thank you, Ben Breslin. Really appreciated. Good night to Lulamay too. Are we nearly? We are happening. Good night, Mrs. Wiggly. Good night, Lulamay. You're going to fall on the floor. Let's get you up. Pull my headphones out.
Imagine if I was like that at the end of the interview. Goodbye.
You're not helping. Let's get those headphones off. Now my headphones are hitting the floor. All right. Okay, jump up. Sorry about this, guys. We'll just go to Ray for a second. Whoops, no we won't. There he is. Right. Good night. Thank you, Ken. Ken say everyone's saying good night. Thank you. Oh, optical trace says something very, very important. Tooth under your pillow, don't forget.
No, we're actually in the process of cleaning it.
So we're in the process of cleaning the tooth. So that's awesome. Okay. That makes sense. Wow. Okie doke. What I'm going to do, thank you very much for that. That was brilliant. Really, really enjoyed that in the chat. I'm going to play a little bit of Ray's performance as unsupervised, which is the artist name, I guess, right?
Yes.
Happy
I
Places for
change
Modular
artist
World.
name every time I do a project.
Okay, cool.
I just like.
This was for Modular World quite recently, actually. We were actually intending on having this chat straight after this, and it just didn't come together because I'm useless. But we will run this. I'll give you a listen to this now. Hopefully, you'll actually hear it. Whereas last time I kind of muted the audio. So let's see if I can give this a go. There we go, and it'll just give you a little idea of Ray's amazing musical abilities. That's so good.
Every time I see it, I think of things I could have done different. It's funny how we always want to get things better and better. I don't even play it like that anymore. And
Even
yeah,
so, I mean,
it's fun,
sonically
yeah.
it sounds great. The arrangement's great. The builds and the moves, the whole thing, it sounds fantastic. Visuals are just astonishing as well. Ken Lewis was asking, thank you, Ken, for explaining landscape mode or theatre mode in YouTube. That's going to revolutionize the rest of the streams. And also it hides my obsession with serial killers that seems to have appeared on the right, because I watched a couple of that chapter serial killer thing, so it's just recommended me a whole bunch of nasty people on the right. But Ken was saying, are you a graphic designer in your other job?
Not at all. One of my modular friends mentioned a Canadian software called Touch Designer, and that's how basically I did all these screen edgy kind of things like this.
Mentioned Touch Designer, and I didn't pick up on it when you were saying, "Oh, maybe we could talk about this," and I didn't pick up on it at all. That sounds amazing.
It's a free app. As long as you're not using it commercially, you can use it for free at home and try it out. It's modular based, so it's just you put an LFO, you put a camera in, and you put effects, and you output to your OBS, and it's super cool. And I hope everybody jumps onto the bandwagon and starts learning. They're amazing videos to learn how it works. And it took me like maybe 10 minutes to make the green edge video effect on.
My gosh!
Like this takes like
I've just pasted it into the chat. Azio Head seems to know it. This looks brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Even if you don't have any, like me, I don't have any graphical design talents. It's just like super straightforward once you watch the videos, and you can hook it up to Ableton, and you can have your modular talk to it, which I do as well. And it's just like a super cool software that I invite. A friend, Evans, showed me this, and I've been hooked on it since. Yes, so hopefully everybody gets creative and jumps into the Touch Designer bandwagon. Yes.
There was a challenge about making a tune from a piece of video. So in the simplest possible thing, you could film me kind of taking a bottle and doing that, and then holding up, a phone and hit my head or whatever it was, and you record all the sounds, and then you trigger them. Bit like samples, but you need to trigger the video as well. Can you use it to do something like that?
Yes, you can. You can definitely output. Like I said, I output with a CV thing or a VCMC to straight into Touch Designer, and you can have it talk to Ableton. It's designed. It has built-in Ableton modules that you can just like pick up on the pitch or talk to Ableton bidirectionally and control your lights, control laser, control anything with it. It's amazing. It does touch OSC stuff and MIDI and
that's awesome. Thank you so much. That's the learning for today. While I think of it again, Sasquatch and Inky was saying your YouTube is set for children and therefore no one can turn the bell on. So that's worth checking. When I'm
such a non-YouTube guy. I will fix that. Sorry about that.
I subscribed, but it's not that one, is it? It's here. Hey, thank you very much. Yeah. If you do the clicking here, it says this action is turned off. Content made for kids.
I see.
And it's just a flag on each of the videos.
It has to be adult for it to work.
Effectively, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't stop kids from watching it. It just means that it's not specifically made for kids. That's the trick, because they got into trouble for advertising stuff directly to children, if you see what I mean. So it's not necessarily, it has to be okay for kids to watch, but not specifically designed for them. That's the thing. Andrew Brooks, you are an absolute god, so thank you very, very much indeed for the £5. I tell you what, putting the incinerator over the horn has made a complete difference to my life. I don't have ringing in my ears thereafter. I can just show you this.
Incinerator power.
Exactly. The horn looks like this. It is a proper thing. It's not just a sample. Let me lose that comment for a second. Thank you very much, Andrew. It's really kind of you. So I built this Super Chat horn, which is wired up to the Super Chat connection, and it was so loud. So I stuck the incinerator over it, and now it's kind of still loud enough to make you wince, but Not
Oh, I thought it was your plugin that you put it through your plugin.
Well, it is no, it's not. That would just make it move even more air, to be honest. And if any of you haven't come across the Incinerator plugin, do check out mrwiggly.co.uk. By the way, it's the plugin that I make. But yeah, this is a way of actually kind of dumbing everything down a bit and moving less air. So it's the most amazing invention in musical history. Is an Incinerator for £20 from B&Q over here, which is really cool. Inky says you have to change the channel, not the videos. So
Okay,
that's fair enough. But
I will
cool.
fix that.
And now it's louder. That's awesome. Can we talk about the tech behind how you did that then? Because I'm sure everyone in the chat is dying to know A, about what that was, and B, about what's sitting behind you. I see Fat Dust has just arrived. I think Robert Fat Dust. He's a massive lyra. Oh, there he is. Mr. Wiggly to number 10. Ironically, just as I mentioned it, there it goes. To find out about that stuff and how you actually go about making that, because it's incredibly organic, that tune. Really amazing sounding.
Basically, I had one voice on this guy up here, which is the modular. I just had one voice going here, and the notes were triggered here with the Melodizer, which is a Vermona module that actually produces notes on a random basis, and you can throw the dice on it anytime you like. So that's kind of cool for that. For me, it helps me a lot because I can figure out the notes I want in my song, just put as many of them as I want and how much of each one I want, and just throw the dice on it. It will give me a random and a melody different every time. And I can save those and recall them. So
nice.
That's super easy. At the bottom here is just helping me knowing when the 1 is, because this thing counts to 16. This whole row is visuals from Paratech, Russian. I'm a fan of Russian ingenuity. As the lyra, I like to use the Soma drums. As well, so this is for me the best sounding drums that I can get my hands on. I'm so lucky to be able to play on the Soma drums. They've changed. I used to be a really not into drums kind of person and not have fun a lot, and this has changed everything for me. It's just a blessing to play with. And
I so want one of those. Fat Dust again in the chat. Thank you.
Color coded here. You see the yellows and then the blues, and this is basically I just go from the top to the bottom, going down, and I'm changing the colors as I go. And from the floor, I don't know if you can see here, but I with these pedals I get to mute my drum tracks inside the Deluge. So I can have both my hands somewhere else on the gear, and my drums will kick in at the right moment to make everybody's head bounce, kind of.
Everyone is just going 2 pulsars, just
yes, two pulsars. I really like having one, but there's something about the pulsar that when you find a sound that you like in a strip, you're kind of you've set it for that in your song, and sometimes there are 2 inside the strips that you really like. So how are you going to get both? And there's no other way than having 2 pulsars.
So good.
Yes.
So
yeah. And I don't pan them in stereo. I tried that, and they're really made to be mono. They're mono devices, and I think it was the right call for them to be mono. And and the rest is just like one voice. And this I actually got from you, Dominic.
That's right.
Back. So this is years ago from Dominic's studio to mine. A friendly gesture on your part that I will keep forever. This is my trusty virus. And,
gosh.
Yeah,
do you know that was one of the first things I bought when I was sort of moving.
I actually love this thing.
Up,
I will take this thing with the Deluge everywhere I go. I absolutely adore it. And yes, and since it doesn't have a bunch of knobs like on the regular virus, I just get to program these guys here. These are just MIDI controlled knobs that I can assign to everything. And they actually are part of my live rig. If you look here, this is all my mixer. These are all the instruments here. And if they all have a little number, so this one has number 4, and that means that it's position 4 on my mixer here. So if I ever need to mute that one, I just press here. And it's gone.
Just brilliant. Can I just say a very quick cheers to Pierre the Acid Clown, Mark Gardner, for tuning in. I know he's got to be disappearing off. We can whiz over to his stream after this one. But thanks, Mark, and thanks for all the help and stuff. He's absolutely
so amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah, if you don't follow Pierre the Acid Clown on anything, follow his YouTube. You'll find out more about it on Facebook as well. But really fan. Amazing guy. Sorry, this is.
So yeah,
dream studio stuff.
It's a lot of fun, and this is the best gift I've ever had. So happy about that one. Thank you again for that one.
It wasn't completely a gift. I mean,
I don't know. To me, it felt like a gift. I'm keeping it. It's not just a joy to work with. It just has a good value because we keep talking on the internet. Now we've spoken in person. That's super cool.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. What I love about your modular is it's full of bits I've never seen before. I'm not amazingly into modular, but there is a kind of normal setup that people go out and buy that usually involves mutable stuff, and do you know what I mean? And maths and all that.
Mutable instruments were my gateway into it. Actually, Sonic State and mutable instrument. Because of Sonic State, I fell into clouds, and when I walked into the music shop and I saw everything there, this was and Emily from Mutable Instruments is a genius, and not just as a creator of these designs, but she's also a very great person, and the friendship. Just talking to her by email and getting a back and forth from one person company like that is.
Oh, really? Wow! I've never communicated. Oh, wow! How fantastic!
Yeah. And a one person company is also Deluge, right? Rowan Hill is a one
Rowan
person
and
Ian. And also Paratech, my Russian modules. Paratech is a one-guy thing. Also,
it's just I saw you posting pictures of these things, the Russian stuff. When I was thinking, I love the look of this. I haven't even heard of it. Where are you finding all these bits? It's a very kind of esoteric, wonderful collection of stuff that you've got there, which is not normal. It's not the standard stuff.
My friends are the source of information. Sonic State is the source, of course, the Loop Pop and all the other ones. But Electronic Sounds and Bo Beats and whoever I can come across. And sometimes I find that the quest for more is just a way of not making music. At some point, you have to just stop, look at what you have, and try to work with that. And I have way more than I'll ever need. So I spend my time reading and how to make them better and trying to find tips online. And my friends in Montreal, this group that we've made has grown from, I guess, COVID making us all inside, and I had to have a way of reaching out to people in my community that like modular as well. And I didn't want I wanted to create a group that didn't have any sales involved, just friendship and helping each other, and just growing from that. So that's how we made our Facebook group, and we've been having meetups ever since.
Which I was just going to talk about, actually. So as well as the performance, you've got the MSQ, isn't it? A synth group, which is Modular Synth Quebec, which I will post.
There are groups in every city, I think every major city. And if there's no group in your city, please make one. I think people are waiting for a group in your city. If you say, hey, there's no group in my city, nobody's ever made one, well, make one. Because I had no experience in making groups or organizing meetups, and now we're over 140 people that exchange and have become friends and talk to you regularly. I got this from Evans. He's actually giving me
Oh,
nice cool t-shirt.
fantastic.
And it's just
Wow.
friendships that blossom, and we help each other out. And now they can come, since COVID rules have slacked around here. They can come over and have a listen and try things around. And when I see somebody playing on a synth that I have, they never play it like I do. And and the next person that comes plays it totally different, and they get sounds out of it that I could never do. And I learned so much from watching people play.
It's so
on
true.
stuff. Yeah,
It's so true. You play differently as well. People were asking, you know, how what's the best thing to do to go and write a song or to start working on tracks, or how best to finish stuff. And almost always one of the best answers is go work with someone. You know, just find someone.
Find somebody that's better than you.
Or, or at least complimentary, you know, or better or whatever. Suddenly you'll be thinking, actually, do I really want to play this? Am I on autopilot? You know, is this actually really good? This chorus I've come up with, you know, you just bounce backwards and forwards. And you think in a slightly different way, don't you?
And I see people that produce a lot of content, and they make a lot of songs, and they're really proficient in making a lot of songs out there, and I'm impressed by that. I want to be there someday. For now, my goal is to play live. I want to play live as much as I can. Meetups make me happy when I see people like bobbing their head to stuff that I do. I like it. One day I'd like to see people dance to stuff that I do. So I'm aiming all my energy towards that goal of bringing this whole side of my studio live. And as I was talking to when we were testing the sound, I like to tear it all down and see how long it takes me to build it again. And is it going to sound the same? And
it's so true. We were having this conversation about, I actually really enjoy rewiring everything, you know. Yeah. And it seems like a good idea to start with. And personally, I was saying exactly the same thing. I do like, what did I do? What kicked my whole recent redo off? Changed something. Oh, my I've got a Burl B16, which is a digital to analog to digital interface, and it went wrong, and I had to replace the power supply. And they sent me a new power supply. They're an amazing company. They're not cheap. They're amazing sounding things. And I fixed that, and then suddenly I thought, now I need to upgrade the software on the Mac. I'm going to do that. And then I found a spice card in something that didn't work, and gradually I went around everything and upgraded some other stuff, and it took me all week really. And it's only now, to be honest, that I've actually kind of gone, I think I'm there. I think everything's plugged in and working again. I ended up re-putting labels on the patch bays and stuff because I'd stolen a few little sockets and things, you know. And it was really good. It was really therapeutic.
It's a liberating experience that you can tear it down and bring it back up.
Yeah.
I remember when I first plugged everything in I finally got it all working. I would never have touched anything. And now I'm okay with tearing it all down and putting it up. And I want to see how fast I can do it. And
as Will Joseph says, take some pictures before you take it out. I mean, if you're going to truck out with all this live as well, this is kind of Mark Gardner, Pierre the Acid Clown stuff. Taking all that with you is no mean feat.
As long as it fits in one car, I'm okay. If it fits in my car and I can put it all in my car, I'm okay. That's my limit right now.
Wow.
And there's an artist in France called Arnaud Rebottini, and he's my idol. He's doing this with old Roland synths in France right now, in Paris, right across the pond from you, and he's killing it. And I don't think he has a very extensive musical knowledge. He has more than me, but it's not that level of anybody that's had courses. And he's kicking.
He's killing it. Yeah. What's his name? Sorry.
Arnaud Rebottini. I'll send you a link that you could put for friends down there.
Okay.
He's really my idol, and he does this stuff where he mutes the track with his feet on his board, and he'll run his little scenes like the colors that I have on the Deluge. He does that on the Arturia key step or beat step, and he just has a little paper and he follows his paper and he switches pages and he fixes everything up and he starts it, and it's really kicking. And it's
cool. I
really like somebody that's not. I don't want to take anything about DJs. It's fine. It's amazing what they do. But to do it in front of people with real synths, it's cool.
It's a massive difference.
Massive.
I found his link tree, so we'll go through that. At least you can find various bits and pieces. we should probably wind up in a second, but the main thing where you're heading, though, is you've got a live gig coming up in January, right? Which you couldn't find any links for and stuff. So we need
along
to
with
get
3
that
other friends, we decided to do a show at a bar in Montreal. There's a bar in Montreal that will take anybody. So they took us. We just, they will take anybody as long as they don't have anybody playing on that date. You can have the date and play. So, which is cool. I think they're very open-minded, and they're right smack in the middle of downtown. It's called Barfly, and so if anybody is in Montreal around the 14th of January, me and along with 3 other friends, we'll be playing there. And I'm going to bring the whole wall, and we're going to be hopefully broadcasting live on that day.
I'd love to see that. That would be awesome. Here is the Barfly Facebook page, which will be going out, and you'll be able to grab that. So that's January the 14th.
Yes.
Okay, so if anyone's in Montreal, it'd be fab if they were watching this to get out there and see that. But if you're live streaming it as well, we will be watching via YouTube. And if you can fix the bell button, that would be ace.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for everybody that gave to the hospital. If you
honestly, thank you. I mean, obviously Kent, but everybody. Rob Fat Dust, I didn't thank you properly with the last money that you donated, because I was getting so excited about all that kit. Pixie's just had a long day. She's a long day. A really long day. Thank you everybody. Thanks again for all of the wonderful donations. We've literally smashed the 600, well on the way to £700, which is incredible. And thank you very much to you, Ray. Honestly, inspirational, and that track is fantastic. I can't wait to see the January stuff.
Please, anybody that's in Canada or in Montreal or anywhere in the world that you want to hook up or ask questions or just like hang out and talk about synths, we're always
totally.
Montreal is a very inviting place. If you ever come to Montreal, please write us, and we'll make sure you have a synth and modular experience in Montreal.
Is it best to get you through the MSQ link?
Yeah, just Facebook or MSQ. We'll put some links down there. And
fantastic. So look after this. In about 24 hours after this, when it's all crunched through with YouTube, you'll see some links and everything that will go.
Sounds good.
Thank you once again, everybody. And we'll see you again same time next week. Jamie Morden, I think, is going to start streaming on Sundays for an hour before we start, which is going to be a really good thing. So you can catch Jamie at 6, and then we'll do some kind of handover. We could do one of those crazy 80s, hi, how are you doing? Handover kind of thing. I'm not sure if we can technically do it, but that would be quite funny. So we'll take over from him. So he'll set it up for an hour, which is going to be really cool. Don't forget ProSynth Network on Friday, Ramsey's on Saturday. Loads of other stuff is happening during the week, I'm sure, and Inky will probably remind me of what's going on. We've got the Hardware Jams thing kicks off on Tuesday. No,
what are those?
The Hardware Jams.
Yes.
Hardware Jams is a fantastic Facebook group, which I will now find out for you, where every week they do a weekend jam where everyone there's a theme, so it could be horror or it could be one sample or something like that, and everyone makes a jam out of it, publishes it on YouTube privately or publicly, and then there's a kind of vote. It's not really a competition, but people can vote for their kind of favourite. It's a really, really good thing to actually get you to make some music. Could be a 20-second thing with one instrument or a full-blown craziness. I will post you the Hardware Jams link in 1 second. Obviously, you've got Sonic State on Wednesdays, isn't it? Hardware Jams on Monday and P.O. the Acid Clown on Tuesday, the URL, I think. I'm going to have to write these out beforehand, but let me find the Hardware Jams link, because it's going to be, if you're not aware of it, it's going to be right up your street. I've even gone in for a few of them. It's kind of forces you to make a tune a week. Obviously, you don't have to, but at least it gets you to do something, even if it's just a basic jam.
I think having a motivation like that is highly conductive to creativity.
Yeah, totally.
When you have a goal, somebody asks you to do something, you suddenly have to set time aside and not have any distraction and focus. Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly as Inky says. Inky's one of the guys behind it, the girls and guys behind it. John Ray is the most fun ever hardware. It's not serious. It isn't. I mean, but people can take it seriously, and it's good with it. But it literally could be a funky little jam that you've just got on a new little synth that you've never used before, or it could be, you know, something with nicely mixed and all the rest of it. But the point is, it's doorless to the extent of, I mean, you could record it into a DAW. It's tried not to be sequenced from a computer, so it's pretty much what you're doing up there.
It's just about having
hardware.
fun.
Exactly.
If you're having fun, you're doing it right. If you're not having fun, just switch it all off. Think about something fun and do that.
Yeah, indeed. And Inky, clearly you're female. Obviously, guys and girls behind hardware.
It's
jams.
all good, Inky. It's all good.
Well, none of us would be here without Inky. Inky's like, oh,
She's
no,
amazing.
can you just, you know, well, Sundays is a bit quiet. How do you do a live show? And then she just arranges everything. It's absolutely fantastic. Inky's just the goddess, and she is the Princess of Wales.
Thank
for
you
real.
for
Her
pulling
father
this
is
off every week as well.
It's
you have to.
it's
I have
fun.
to put my hat off to you. It's a lot of work to do this every Sunday like this. Very
Well,
cool.
thank you very much. I really
I think you're
appreciate
building
it.
something nice, and the community in the chat room is super cool too.
That's the best thing. It's the chat people that make all of this. It is a really friendly and welcoming community, and there's a whole bunch of people that watch this on the replay or whatever, particularly Australia and the different time zones. So yeah, it's good. It's lovely to be a part of something and to have so much positivity around, which is brilliant. Yeah, Inky is the Princess of Wales because her father is the King of South Wales, I think, and that's for real. Inky did a show, a Sunday live stream, probably around 10 episodes ago. You can find out all about it there. You can also ask Alexa to play it because I think it's on a podcast. However, all of that aside, huge thanks to our wonderful guests, Ray Malone, and thank you to everyone who's been watching and listening, and hopefully we can see you all again same time next week, 7 p.m. UK time, for the live stream, and no doubt we will be catching you in the week at the URL or Sonic State on a Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and yeah, catch you then. So take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Bye, Jen. Bye, Gasm. Bye, Maddie. Bye, Tony. Bye, everybody.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Urbanist connect so with the herb pipe. Link up the harmonized, left the termite. But beyond obsolete blessings, a birthright. To live a life which a lot for me no short. Worldwide, cosmic love energy, I go herbicide free, organically, me say worthwhile. Watch the way one of you change. Termites in terms of definitions and some termites. Yes, I check the eye. One side is defined by one side the other. I.e. I am an idea's man. I assign too much of the qualities of my guy. Who's way back talking like this two of me? One is a construct, one is a creativity. The supreme one, all encompassing information in and of itself, most definitely. Another life infinitely, most life infinitely. Beyond the scripture, niceness can be. Blessed be. I continually miss pick up a being as the infinity.